her stuff to go through. But a mother that loses her child and never, ever gets the truth, just like they never find the killer, or they never gets brought to justice. That mother is tore up, like I am. Yes, you see me smiling, but I still have to go
Of course.
every day. But the one thing that helps me get through is my son has a son named Keanu,
Okay.
and he will be 10 this year. And so it took me a minute to be able to pick him up and hold him
course.
and that kind of stuff. It took me a minute
Because when
I
you
couldn't
see
even.
him,
Right, because when you see this little boy, you see DeAndre all over again. And so I'm making it because of that. And also when it happened, God said, he said, I'm going to be right there. Don't worry about it. And so, most of my tragedies, God's there. And if he wasn't there, I wouldn't be here. I'm going to be with my son,
yeah.
Well,
Have you had those thoughts?
I did. I didn't want to be here without him. Mm-mm. He was my best friend. He was my everything. He was my son. He was my everything. It was just me and him. And so, yeah. I'm not afraid to tell you yes.
Mm.
Yes, I had those thoughts. Yes, I did not want to be here. Yes. I just didn't want to hurt myself. I couldn't do that. So, and I don't have the heart to do it. And then too, I thought about my grandson. So since I got that second chance to see DeAndre again, then I'm sticking in him.
Well, speaking of your grandson, does he know about his dad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, when he came to the funeral, he told me then. He said his father is in heaven.
Okay.
He told me, and I'm trying to explain to him that his father is has gone on and passed and died, or however you want to put it. But he's like, no, he just went to heaven. And at that time, he was only 6 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that little boy is amazing. It's something about him. And I believe he's gifted as well, like his dad was. But, yeah, I'm still going through it. And
What makes you go through the day without?
breaking down. I don't know how to explain that. Because when I wake up in the morning, because I have this on my dresser, and so when I wake up, I'm telling them good morning, and when I go to sleep, I'm telling them good night. I pray. I mean, I don't know how, excuse me, I don't know how else to explain it, because
There's a lot of people who can't get over death. And I tell a lot of people that we didn't come here to stay. So we're on borrowed time.
exactly, and not only that,
And everybody can't take death, period. You can't take death because they don't want to see something who's so special and so this is mine and God gave this person to me and I don't want to ever see them go, but we're on borrowed time. And then we didn't come here to stay. So I have to tell people that all the time when death occurs, because that I sing for a lot of funerals, and I see everybody. I see the breaks down, the cries, the hollers, the screams, the cursing, all of that. I see all of that in all of the funerals. But death is not easy to handle for a lot of people. Even when I lost my brother Ronnie, and we were white on rice, and I was just like you. Every morning I was waking up crying. Every morning without fail. I had knots in my stomach. I couldn't eat. It's like I almost felt like I was about to throw up. All of that because he was it's like he was my alto, I was his soprano. You know, so
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
just that close. And it's finally in May it'll be 10 years. Notice I said 10 years. And finally I can say that I know he's resting well.
I'm not at that point yet.
You got a long way to go.
Very long way to go. I don't even think that, I mean, I asked.
And it may be a little different because he came out of your womb.
Yeah,
Mine is just a bloodline.
yeah, yeah. But oh no, I'm not even, no, I know I'm not there. And then on top of that, I really have not grieved yet. So I'm just dealing.
Just taking it day by
I'm
day.
just dealing.
One day at a time.
And that's all you can do.
But you ever think you can just go to a place and just sit and like, I want to release this. Ever felt like that?
Yeah. I can't wait for that day. Because once you do that, I'm not saying that you will forget,
Of course not.
but what happens is right now it's heavy. I'm bent over because it's so heavy, you know, but once I release it, then I will feel lighter.
So you think that God is still taking you through? Do you think?
Say that again?
Do you think that God is still taking you through? Or do you think he's relieved some pressure from you? And he sees and looking down and saying, I think you've had enough. I'm going to make the load lighter.
He's not going to do that to me. And the reason why is I believe wholeheartedly that whatever I'm going through, he's right there. So it's not going to be as bad as it may seem to people. It's bad. I mean, all three of my situations is bad, but
I concur.
But he's not going to look down on me and say, okay, that's enough. He looks down and he's like, that's my strong soldier right there. I might have to give it a little break. I mean, from the last incident with my son, I'm hoping he say that, like, I'm gonna give it a little break.
Why now? Why tell your stories now? Because you gave me some dates, something in 2014, and your son 3 years. We're at the third year here,
And the broken neck was 1997.
why now? It's 2023,
Well,
February 15.
When you're going through your spiritual journey, everything takes time. It wasn't time for me to speak about it then because first of all, I didn't even understand it myself. So how am I going to be able to tell you all that, you know, what's going on here, you know, and why and how and what did I learn from it? I couldn't tell you back then because I was going through some stuff as far as people not believing me and what really
I
happened.
can see that.
Yeah, and I mean, and God said it was gonna happen, but I was like, I'm walking. You gotta see this. You gotta know this miracle. But there were some people in the church. Wow. I mean, there were some people in the church that was mainly believing that, you know, it was the doctor. You know, what did the doctor say? And the doctor. And I'm telling them, it's not the doctor. It's God. So for just a split second, these people have me thinking, I'm confused now. You know,
Right.
we're here every Sunday, and all of a sudden now, you want to believe man-made?
Right.
When I'm in church, and this is the spiritual journey, so I couldn't explain that back then. But now, I could tell you, yes. There's no way I would have been able to break that down as each thing happened. It takes time. God when you're dealing with God, you gotta have patience. If you don't have patience, you are not going to make it through some things. You know, it's gonna be challengeful. And sometimes, I mean, your life don't have to be, I mean, it doesn't have to be a roller coaster ride. It can be just the speed bumps. But you have to believe, you gotta trust him, and you gotta love him. Because he loved us, he trusts us, and he believes in us. And I say that every night, and I say it every morning, I love you, I trust you, and I believe in you. And that's how I'm making it through. That's exactly how I'm making it.
I was going to ask you what encouraging words you can tell those who, going through the things that you're going through, because these aren't light. Your situations are literally called tragedies, and this is not light. So, some people, like you said, wouldn't believe you actually went through this because you still sitting here today.
Right.
Right. Because probably somebody would probably say you still should be in jail, for what you did, and then some other people will probably say, well, you should be in a wheelchair.
Right.
And then someone will probably say, dang, you lost your only son and you ain't crazy. Yeah. So you're sitting here with us, with the smile, and I'm sure these people are wondering, man, what she got that I ain't got? What can you tell anybody for the things that you've gone through?
Listen, I'm going to be honest. For those of you who do believe in God, that's how you make it. For those of you who are in between, you cannot go through a spiritual journey without God. You can't do it. You cannot go through tragedies and come out without God. You cannot grieve or get through death or just to be able to get up. Because for a minute it was hard, but just to be able to get up. You gotta love God. You have to believe. You have to love him, trust him, and believe in him. And that's how you make it. That's how you're able to get through. That's how you're able not to commit suicide. That's how you're able, it's just, you just cannot. For those of you who do not believe in God, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But for those who do and are in between, because for a long time I was in between, and one foot in the church, one foot in the street. I'm this double life thing going on here, but there are some in between, and those are the ones that I'm mainly speaking to, and not so much as the ones that go to church every Sunday, because they already know everything anyway. But okay, I'm giving you that look. But believing in miracles. This is a miracle. I almost want to say that I'm not human, but I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle. And I know that. And I'm not being overconfident. I just know.
Truth.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
the
a
truth.
miracle. Oh my God. You know some of the stuff I used to do, and I'd be in trouble, and I stayed in trouble.
Did you have any spiritual advisors who was there for you, who went through any of this with you, or was it just you and God and that was it? Besides the beginning of it, I was there for you.
I'm gonna save you for last. So, I went to this church, and for a long time, you go up in church and stuff. But if your parents don't know anything about how to have a relationship with God, then
they not on your level.
Right. So once I got to Dr. Yvette Flunder. And under her direction, I understood and learned how to have a relationship with God. I mean, a real relationship. And once I started doing that, other areas, how can I say it? Other areas in my life, I had this backup that was bad. I mean, you can't do anything to God's children
Absolutely not.
and get away with it.
Absolutely not. I've
And so
experienced
I
it
just-
firsthand.
I felt strong. I really felt strong. And I really felt strong. Sorry, y'all. I felt strong. And learning that relationship. And as I'm learning, I'm getting stronger, and I'm getting stronger, and I'm getting stronger. But I'm getting stronger in areas where I didn't know I was gonna need it later on in life. That's the thing. So I didn't have many advisors, but once I learned what I learned, and I could always go to somebody like you and Carly Better or something like that. But I had to really learn to have that relationship, but I had to do it by myself. Teach me what I need to learn, and then that was it. And everything else is me and him. And so now, whatever I need, I get it from him.
Okay.
The strength, and sometimes the weakness. I mean, he allows me to be weak so that way I can be stronger. So, yeah, I mean, as I'm talking, I'm seeing the amazement about it. And so I guess that's what, when people was like, you gotta tell people, it'd be nice if you do a video or something. So I'm doing this video, y'all. I'm putting it out. And, yeah.
And so, what scripture and what song would you equate to what has happened in your life? I know my favorite scripture is in Psalms, and it says, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer." So much so that I wrote a song called Redeemer, and it's on my first album. So that resonates with me because I want my heart to be pure. So what scripture and song resonates with you?
The scripture, last time, and I'm getting older now, so I'm getting early dementia or something, but it's the scripture was, abide in my word as,
Let my word abide in you.
Right.
Okay.
right, that one. And the song that suits this amazing life is no weapon. No weapon. Now that's it. I'm not gonna sing no more now.
Go ahead, give us a little taste.
I forgot the words.
Formed against
I
us.
know.
Come on.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No, it won't work. And so that song is my life. And then it gets down to the other part, and he said, no, not just one. Or I forgot
There
how.
ain't just one.
There ain't just one. And I was going through that stuff, and it's like, wow. Oh my God. And I didn't think I would make it through this life. When I lost my son, I just knew that was it. There was no way I was going to be living on this earth without him.
Right.
And like I said, I got a second chance with his son.
There you go.
And so,
And that's what you think about.
yeah. I
This
think
is my
about that.
second chance.
Yeah. And
So
the
no
fact
no more of those thoughts, okay?
Oh, no. I'm past that part now. Yeah.
So we have any last words for anything?
Love God, trust God, and believe in Him. That's all I gotta say.
So this ends our interview with Miss Sonia Wright from San Francisco, and how she wanted to let you all know about the 3 major tragedies that has happened in her life. And I hope this has really, really blessed someone. I'm hoping that the words that she spoke regarding her life and the things that has happened in her life will encourage you, will inspire you, will have you to believe besides a higher power, there is a God out there who's willing to love on you and to take care of you and be there through everything.
So that's how I do it. On the camera. We did this. We did this.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
So we're gonna do a podcast. All up for that.
We'll see.
Oh, can you get some of my